I have good news for you who used to farm Heart of Fear, which is a raid in Pandaria. If you used to farm this raid in possibly Walls of Draenor, and you farmed it with a Potion of Luck, sadly the potion is no longer available because they removed the effect. But the the good part about this is that you can still obtain the buff, and the way you obtain the buff is by harvesting a golden lotus in the wild. So really what I'm going to go through right now is that first of all you need a character that can move very quickly without the use of a mount. And you also need herbalism. According to sources, Wowhead, you need level 1 in herbalism, so you don't really need to do much, you just need to learn herbalism. And then you need to either use an add-on, which would be the best case, but I don't have an add-on, so I'm just going to show you how it looks like without using an add-on. But if you have an add-on like Gatherer, you can gather data where the Golden Lotus can be found, so you can quickly find a Golden Lotus. Okay, so the tactic for me is to follow some kind of path where you can find a lot of herbs, which is going to be close to the raid. Unfortunately, I don't have explored that ways, but where my mouse is where the raid is. So try to search for Golden Lotus around that area, possibly around the coast, which I have found Golden Lotus many times, and around this lake. And something good when doing this is that if you find a rare that's on your path when trying to find a Golden Lotus, you can kill that in order to obtain a bag or pet or any other item, or even a mount from the Sandalari Warbringer. So if you don't find Golden Lotus, you maybe will kill a few rares and make some gold from opening the bags or whatever you get. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to try and obtain a Golden Lotus, and I'm going to put a timer. Oh shit, I did play it, my bad. I'm going to have a timer, and I'm going to set it as soon as I stop recording, and I'm going to show you how long it takes to get the Golden Lotus. And once you got one, you need to be sure that your raid difficulty is 25-man normal. Just trying to make sure it's sometime I had a bug that I put it on heroic, but it sets it to normal. So the easiest thing is to do is put it to heroic and then put it back to normal, so we can be sure it's normal. Because one time it told me 25-man heroic, but when I cleared the raid it was on normal, so that was unfortunate. Just 1 minute after I stopped the clip, I'm actually going to change my decision. I'm actually going to talk a little bit when I'm flying, and what I'm going to talk about is to explain how the method works. So if you find a Golden Lotus and you gather it, you're going to get a buff that's equivalent to Potion of Luck buff in Mr. Pandaria or WoD. And what this buff does is that it will remain for 20 minutes. And if you kill monsters with it, you can obtain a treasure chest, and in that you can get gold or materials, or for the best part you get mining materials, and you get some motes. So it's basically like a buff that gives you the chance to get treasures while killing monsters. And the great thing in Heart of Fear 25-man is that the first part, the trash to the first boss, it's a short distance, and if you kill a lot of them really quickly. So the main part about this is that you will kill so many during 20 minutes, because you run and kill them, and then you run out, you run in, and of course you reset when you run out. And the great part is that the many mobs, and you get them really quickly. So you kill a lot of them in a short time, and you get a lot of treasures because there's so many you kill, and you can maybe get some external drops from the monsters themselves, but that's not really the point of this money making video. The point is farming it as fast as possible and get a treasure chest and loot them, and you can make a lot of money. Previously, if you would have the potion, I would personally farm this method for hours and hours every week because it's so good. But since you have to farm for a Golden Lotus, you waste a lot of time if you compare it to the potion. But still, it's a good source of getting money because a lot less people do it. It's basically no one these days if you compare it to Mr. Pandaria and Ward. So that's really what you do. You get a buff, you kill monsters, and you loot a chest. Well, it took me 41.5 minutes, and finally I have a Golden Lotus. So, as you can see, whoa, have they reduced it? Okay. So apparently the buff is 50 minutes. So what you need to do now is that you need to go to Heart of Fear, which is right there. And you also need to have the raid on 25 man normal. I don't think heroic makes a difference because you only want as many mobs to spawn, and heroic do not put any more mobs, I believe. And when we're flying, we can discuss whenever I'm lucky or not. Now, I don't use an add-on. I have not studied exactly the best routes for Golden Lotus, and I could also been incredibly unlucky because before I have spent maybe 10-15 minutes to get the Golden Lotus. So I would honestly say from experience and what I've been reading and trying to learn is that it would roughly take you 20 minutes to find a Golden Lotus, or possibly even faster if there is different ways to get where they can spawn if you have like better knowledge. So let's start doing the raid. So what you want to do is that you want to try and aggro everything, and with this buff you get some treasures which I'm gonna show you in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this here and I'm gonna attack that one. Now you just want to AoE them down and kill them as fast as possible. And as you can see, when I loot them, I got some plundered treasure, and inside these you will be able to get a lot of different material. So I'm just gonna continue killing, and having fast and good AoE is very good. So as a tank for me, I might be a little bit slow, but that doesn't really matter too much. And they might bug, but possibly they will not do that now. And you can just pull them like this. I would like to say kill them here because they can stun you. So just kill them off. And then loot. Okay, that was all. Now I can just do this, and I can pull these. And what's important now, when you kill these packs, the boss will spawn. So you don't want to stand close so you accidentally attack the boss. So right now you can see the boss is there, but he's not engaged. So now what you want to do is that you want to run out, possibly loot anything on the road, such as here. You can see I have some treasure, and I'm not gonna loot the one to the right there because you don't really have that much time on you. But as you can see, I got 21 of these treasures, and I'm going to later when I'm done show you how many I got and how much I made. So in total this is going to take me 1 hour. Something I realized is that possibly if you do the runs really quick like I do, or even faster, you will have an issue with your bag, because you will have so many treasures, and that's the good part about this method, is that you will have so many treasures. And I'm not sure if I'm going to open all of them, because possibly I need to do that before the timer runs out, but we will see. So I'm probably gonna you may get some beans from equip items or some recipes to craft some beans from equip items, but these are not really worth anything because first of all it's not really nice transmog, and it's not really used for anything. So some transmog pieces and such you might try and sell them, but I'm definitely not going to, because I never ever managed to sell them before. As you can say, I got wrist, but wrist transmog is pretty dead content. But I'm going to open some of them. Just you maybe see I don't get much, but when you get the mining supplies, that's really good. So I'm gonna open 20 of them before I run out, so I can keep track of how many I have. So I had 80. Let's open some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so open. Okay, one more. Perfect. So I'm just gonna stack these items here, and I'm gonna return when I'm done. So as you can see, I'm done, and in total I got 106 of the plundered treasure, and we're going to open them. Now I would like to say a few words. I forgot to keep track, so I'm just gonna check here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's number 3 done. So I did 4 and 4.5 run, basically, I believe. I'm just gonna double check. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's the first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 times I ran this instance. So I'm going to open all of the plundered treasure, and I'm going to base this off 2 different calculations. One calculation is going to be my calculation, which is that it took me 1 hour and to check how much I made during 1 hour. And another part I'm going to calculate it being 40 minutes, because I believe it should take you roughly probably 20-25 minutes to get to find a golden lotus if you have the correct setup. So I'm going to have 2 calculations, like how much you make per hour with the tool calculations. So I'm just gonna open all of them. Now, as you can see, I'm almost done. Now, so I'm gonna go through the beans and equip items. They are worthless, and even the recipes are pretty worthless. You can try selling, but they're worthless in my opinion. And I should have learned these designs. Pretty weird. Okay, and anyway, so on the road to get there, I kill a lot of rares, and I'm just going to do this kind of make them into a spirit, because that's easier to sell. And these spirits you can either now what you can do is that you can buy golden lotus for the spirit of harmony and basically double your money, I believe. So we can calculate that as well. And as you can see, I didn't really get a lot of material, but as you can see, the materials are worth a lot, if you ask my add-on. So if you would, and also I got some treasures because I killed some rares. Big bag of mysteries. Wow. Okay, that's just pure luck. That's just really pure luck. But anyway, I can include that as well. So what I got from that bag is basically I got some material because I killed a rare, so I was super lucky. So maybe in my case I can add a little bit of gold to it because I killed some rares. And also you got some small bag of goods, and I was actually unlucky trying to get the big bag.